Imagine this. You've got a friend or a loved one making a poor life choice and you know it's going to hurt them in the long run. When you try to address it, somebody comes along and says, hey, just ignore it. Speak the truth in love. Got to be loving, got to be kind. Does that mean that you should stay quiet and keep the peace? I don't think so. But that is a common misuse of Ephesians 4:15, especially in New Evangelical circles. And so today we're going to unpack how this verse is taken out of context, twisted, and then tied to a man-centered idea of love. I want you to stick around and see why this is important. I think this is going to help you. All right, hey guys, your friend Jason here, and today we are going to be talking about Ephesians 4:15, which says that we are to speak the truth in love, but we're going to talk about it first of all in context. Okay, because this is not just about avoiding conflict. This passage is talking about maturity and truth and growing in the faith. So let's start with that. In this passage, okay, you go through the first 16 verses, and basically Paul here is urging the church towards unity and towards maturity, spiritual unity and spiritual maturity. In the next few verses, 11 through 12, he's talking about the different leadership roles that God has given the church and how they can help equip believers for the ministry. Then the next couple verses, 13 through 14, are talking about growing into maturity and not being swayed by false doctrine, false ideas. Okay, so in that context, then speaking the truth in love in verse 15 is about helping each other grow in truth and in holiness, not about dodging hard conversations. And New Evangelicalism often rips this verse out of context to mean be nice and don't offend. And that is clearly not what Paul was saying. So listen, this isn't just about the words, okay? It's about the reality of living out truth with love. See, Paul ties these two things together, all right? They are linked, they work in harmony, and you can't really split them apart as a lot of people try to do, especially, again, New Evangelicalism does this a lot, and when they do it, they place love over truth. Okay, love over truth, and that's not the right way to handle it at all. Okay, so what this looks like is a lot of time preaching on sin, especially specific sins, is going to be skipped over. It's not even going to be done. All right, they'll call it judgmental, they'll call it unloving, but that is a distortion of the truth. Paul says that these two things work together as a team, and we really shouldn't try and separate them out. Now let's talk about love for a second, okay? Biblical love prioritizes God's glory and others' eternal good. So New Evangelicalism here, it pushes a man-centered version of love. It focuses on the feelings, on the comfort, and the approval of other people, and it does not keep God first. All right, so what these people are trying to do a lot of times, they're just trying to keep everybody happy. They're just trying to go along to get along. But listen, biblical love is God-centered, all right? It's self-sacrificial, like Jesus dying for us, aiming for others' eternal good, even if it stings. So, for instance, I want you to take the example of Paul, who rebukes Peter in Galatians chapter 2. He didn't do this to embarrass him. He didn't do this because he didn't love him. He didn't do this because he didn't love the people that they were with. But he openly rebukes him in public. Why? To guard the gospel. That is real love. First of all, it's real love towards God because it's saying, hey, no, it's not your idea or my idea, it's God's idea, and we need to focus on him first. And then it's also focusing on the good of Paul and the others around him. It's saying, hey, I love you enough not to let you go astray. I love these people enough not to let you lead them astray. And that's the most important thing. Watering down the truth for love isn't loving. All right, watering down the truth for peace is not a loving thing to do. It's selfish because you're more worried about how people are going to perceive you. Okay, so let's just bring this to a close. Let's tie this together. Here is the recap then. New Evangelicalism often misuses speaking the truth in love by ignoring its context. All right, the context of maturity and truth. All right, it ignores the linkage between truth and love. It chases man-centered love over God's design. All right, now the Bible calls us to balance both of these things, truth and love, for his glory. Again, they're tied together. They really can't be separated if you mean both of them. So next time you hear this verse, just think about this a little, okay? Chew on it, dig a little deeper. And hey, again, if this video helped you out, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Click that bell for notifications so you can be notified when new videos are uploaded. Let's keep studying God's Word. And guys, I will catch you next time.